back to another episode of The Basement. I'm your host, B Mage, and today we got a guy. I was just telling him about. I just watched his Kirby video, and the OK video, and I both thought like they were crazy, both visually, and then the songs too. You know, the music itself. I could tell he has a talent for music.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm excited to see what's gonna happen for this guy. We got Parks from CC on here. How you doing, bro?
What's up, everybody listening, everyone tuning in. Park from CC here, born and raised, Hamilton's very own. We're doing good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, bro. So I always start off with just like a brief, backstory of people growing up. What it was like in Hamilton growing up for you, like that. How like music was involved in your upbringing, or like how you got into it, just stuff like that. Just so people kind of get a feel for you.
Yeah. So like I said, Hamilton, born and raised. I'm 25 years old. I got two older brothers. Older sister she passed away a few years ago. I'll get into that though. But my brothers both do music. My oldest brother, he's like 10 years older than me. He raps too. And I think that's kind of where I got my introduction to like recording, because he does everything himself, like records it himself. And he started on FL Studios like 6 or something. And he used to let me use his computer and mess around with it and stuff like that. So I'm really like learned all that shit before YouTube and stuff like that, just messing around with it. And before that, I was playing guitar and playing piano when I was like 12, 13, like just messing around on them and stuff like that. But my dad's Jamaican. He used to be a DJ back in Jamaica. So like music is running in my house like 24/7. He's got speakers set up in like the washrooms, in the garage and stuff like that. And he'll play like reggae and soca all day. So yeah. I think like just having that around me my whole life just made it easy for me to just, finding melody and being able to stay on key and on time and stuff like that wasn't like a hard thing for me.
Yeah, so music's
yeah, so it's always been like the front runner ever since I've been a kid. Like there's a whole bunch of pictures of me with like little Casio keyboards I get as a kid for Christmas and shit like that.
What about so what's it like having a speaker in your bathroom?
It's only in the downstairs one. I don't like to go in that one. It's cool, but it's like when you're trying to go on your phone and watch videos and shit like that, and you're doing it, it's like you can't hear it. You're like, okay, this is a whole different experience. Yeah.
Okay, so you had music around you since you were a kid.
Yeah, all the time. But like I said, it was mostly like what my dad would play. So it'd be like reggae, and my mom would play like some radio hits sometimes. And when you're younger and you don't really have your own like sense of music taste, you kind of just listen to what's around you, and that kind of becomes your music taste. It wasn't until I got like a little bit older, until I got more into what my brothers were doing with their music, I got a little bit more into hip hop and stuff like that, because I used to really be like a child of like R&B, like Usher, Chris Brown, and I love like indie rock, like Radiohead, and like Crooked, like there's a whole like Crooked Vultures, like there's a whole bunch of bands that like my musical taste is like everywhere. And I think it just comes from being in a house where music's getting played all the time. I wanted to get my ears, I guess, taste a little bit different things, venture out there and stuff like that.
What type of hip hop artists were your brothers listening to and stuff like that? Or what was the first one that you kind of like gravitated towards? Do you remember or no? Yeah, I think that translated towards like your music videos, right? Like I'm watching Kirby, or was it okay?
It might have been okay with all
Yeah, I got water and it gotta go splash. I got car and it gotta drive fast. That's my slime, yeah. That's my slime. Yeah, we really.
It was okay. That there's definitely like a humor aspect to your videos.
Yeah, I always like to include that in anything I do.
I like when it's not too serious and people can have fun with it and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I think it comes from just knowing your voice too, and just knowing who you are. Like when I first started making music, like I did want to make that like rap. Like back in that time, it was like Fat Joe and stuff was like still popping. So like rap was like really like at the forefront, rather than like hip hop and melody and stuff like that. So I remember showing my brothers my first like like raps that are written down, being like, hey, can you make a beat for this? And they're like, why are you writing about like shooting people? And like you should just write about like music that you want to write about, like doing that fun stuff. You know what I mean? Because they're both like rappers. You know what I mean? And me being grown up singing and stuff like that, doing the music I used to do, it wasn't always an easy listen for everyone. You know what I mean? Until like certain things got popular, like Drake and 808 and Heartbreaks, and like the vulnerability kind of became something that like people didn't shy away from in music. You know what I mean? Because I was always singing on my guitar and shit like that before I was ever trying to like incorporate rap with it.
So was your first song I think it was called Wannabe, right? Was that your first song or no?
No. So that was probably like my first, when I first started taking it seriously and trying to like really make something out of it. But my very first thing I recorded that was my own was probably like a remix to 3005, like Childish Gambino. And it was like before that, on Facebook, Fabulous, I did a remix to a song just like this to my friend, just rapping in front of the camera. But it was the first time I wrote down like something and put it out like that. That was probably like, man, grade 8. Okay. So yeah, it was probably a long time ago. But that was probably my first time like putting music out, you know what I mean? And getting that experience from feedback. And
what important things do you think you've learned along the way? I know there's probably a lot, but like from making like going from like a song like Wannabe so early on to like a song like Okay, like what have you like picked up along the way?
I think selling your personality inside your music is something really key right now. Something that people have been doing forever, but I think people are really starting to understand how important that is. Like being able to make songs like Kirby and Okay, people that don't like the music will like listening to it because it's a lot of my personality in the music and stuff like that, the way I'm singing, the way I talk and everything like that. So being able to incorporate your personality into the music itself. And I think another thing is just listening to fans and getting feedback, because as much as we all want to stay true to our integrity, to our artistic integrity, like we all want to be on the world stage one day. And that means making music for more than just 50 people. Like you got to make sure you can listen to the fans and get feedback to what kind of sounds work and what kind of things work for you. So you can't really be scared to dabble and, not compromise the integrity of your sound, but find ways to advance and evolve it and grow as your fans grow and as you grow as a person.
See, I think that's super important with the constructive like criticism, because I just watched again the Drake Rap Radar podcast, and he said in there, he's like, man, like I'm always asking like my peers, how's it sound?
Because in the end of the day, those are the people that are going to be listening to it and wanting to push your music. Like if your friends don't want to play your music when you're not around and in the car when they're doing their own thing, then they're just your friends. They're not your fans at that point. You know what I mean? I think you have to really distinguish between your friends and your fans and people who support you and people who just believe in you. You know what I mean?
So the Okay song we were just talking about, I just recently watched and listened to it. I thought it was great. I thought it was unique. You know, the video was DIY.
On last Tuesday, I told everyone that I had a video done for it. And I've had that song done in the vault for like a long, long time. But Tuesday I made a post saying I had a video for everyone, and they gave me like 50 comments. I'd post it, and that happened in like 10 minutes. So I was like, I got to work right away. And I already had the idea for the Brady Bunch opening. Like I wanted to do that for a long time, but I wanted it to be more high production. But I just tried to figure out a way. I put my phone like on a staircase or something. My girlfriend helped me out, like film a couple of the scenes and stuff like that. A lot of it was Instagram filters, just playing with the filters and cropping it and like putting it in Premiere and cutting it up. But I went to school at Sheridan for 2 years for film and television. And even before that, I've always been into film and stuff like that. I'm playing around with home videos on YouTube in 2007 when that was getting big and stuff. So I've always had a little bit of knowledge in that field, I guess.
Okay, so you know what you're doing, because like, okay, so you've gone to school for this stuff, because like you said, it's
but even before the school thing, man, just like you were saying before, I'm somebody that I like to do things myself. Like I do my own like cover arts, I do my show posters, like I do everything myself, just because as a kid, I just wanted to learn how to do things, and my older brothers never wanted to show me how. Like even in FL Studios, they'd be like, I'm not going to show you how to use it. I figured it out myself, like just figure it out. So it's a sense of prideness and like proudness. But yeah, I mean, I do a lot of it myself just from learning. YouTube is a really big help now, but before that, just clicking around and, you know, figuring things out.
Yeah, because I was gonna say like it looks DIY, but there's also like a professional aspect to it. Like I think you were in the you were in the weed grinder.
Is it was hot? I had it, use a fucking snow to hide a rock, but it was melting. That shit was hot. I needed 400 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah. So there's certain things like that takes a little bit of knowledge and like green screening, like keyframing and stuff like that I picked up along school when I was there. But you know, I didn't end up finishing my bachelor's for that. But there's always certain things you can pick up and take with you and like apply to other places and things like that.
Exactly. So what inspired you to make OK? Like was it like a artist? Because like the past like the two videos that I watched, they sound like they sound similar, but there's definitely some aspects that are different.
Yeah. I think it's mostly just really trying to go off my instincts. Like those songs, I'm really not focusing on how I want to approach them. Like Kirby and OK, they kind of just like the very first thing I recorded in Kirby was "You Need a Smoke Break, Shawty" in the mic, just freestyling it.
Chain swinging, I'm doing digits, yeah, I'm running the whole distance. You need a smoke break, Shawty. Come and live me life right. Come and live me life right now. Don't you go slow, or you go left in the dust like a snow pole. Yeah, smoke, yeah, shoot, yeah. Going hard to smoke in your mouth like you Kirby. Yeah, go shoot, smoke, yeah, yeah. You ain't gotta go right now. Why you leaving in a hurry? Go.
And a lot of times when I do my songs, I'll freestyle and then I'll write in what I want to write. If I mumble a little bit, and I'll patch it up. But I think just going off the instincts and just trying to keep it super simple and not thinking about it too much is really like working for me.
Yeah, I was fucking with that hook hard for was it Kirby?
Yeah. But like I said, it's just like something that I did just off of freestyle, and I just decided to keep it in. I might have had to re-record it a few times just to get it to sound better, but just a child of instinct. So I'm good. I'm good at that musically, just being able to come up with stuff on the spot like that. I think it's something that just doing it for so long that's kind of helped me, you know.
So who have you been listening to that's kind of pushed you towards or inspired your sound recently?
Recently, definitely Coach Ice is up there with the energy, like just how fast the song goes. Playboi Carti always is a inspiration of mine, but I don't know. I think mostly it's just watching what's going on right now in the musical landscape, and just there isn't a lot of room for fun. I think DaBaby's someone I really look up to too in terms of music video and how he presents himself as just a very like fun guy, and he has a lot of personality and like everything he does. But sonically, I think Coach Ice right now is probably
Ice. I've never heard of him, bro.
Yeah, you should look him up. He has a big song called Hatchback that's going really, really crazy right now on TikTok, and it's like Spotify and shit like that.
Okay, I gotta look that shit up. You're a Carti fan. What do you think of Carti being like so like mysterious and stuff like that? Do you fuck with that vibe?
Yeah, I do, man. I dig that a lot. If it works for you, it works for you. It doesn't always, you know, there's some people that can't pull it off that end up falling through the cracks and people just forget about them. And I think your music has to have shelf life in order for you to do that. Like you can't be the type of artist that people are always wanting something more from. If people are okay with listening to something that you posted last year, I think you have the opportunity to kind of go away and fade back a little bit. And personally, I like that. Just for the artists I like Frank Ocean and stuff, just because it helps them. I don't know. It gives us time to want to miss them a little bit. You know what I mean? And I think that's important. But as a local artist and upcoming artist and stuff like that, you really got to be doing everything you can to get your face everywhere you need to be, until you give yourself the opportunity to be able to fade back like that.
Yeah, you got to flood the streets for sure. Got to do future Young Thug vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
So back to Kirby. I think like that's like a crazy like hit song. You know what I mean? Like we got to get that out there more. How did that come about? Like with you making that song and stuff?
That one, so the guy that made the beat, Pink Grills, he actually used a sample from a Kirby game in it. I don't know the exact level or something it was from, but I could tell that it was something from it, just the way he had it pitched and everything. And he had a picture of Kirby on it and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think it kind of came together subconsciously through that. And, you know, as I patch the songs in together when I'm recording them and I'm freestyling them in, I think the concept of the song really start to stand out to me as I work towards the end of it. You know, sometimes the end isn't always clear, but there's always like an end goal if I'm working on something. You know what I mean? Whether or not I can see it at the very beginning, but I knew somewhere as soon as I heard that beat, I had to make the song fun and sound like Kirby, and like adding the little laughing sound effects in the beginning is something I did on my own just to kind of set the tone and stuff like that.
How did you get the name Park from CC? I should have asked this in the beginning.
Yeah, sorry. So Park comes from Parker. Just a family nickname. People used to call me because of Spider-Man. I really love Spider-Man, and they used to call me Little Peter Parker, you know. So it's something that stuck with my friends and stuff like that. And the CC stands for contribution and cooperation. It's something that I live by, and my dad lives by. Like, if you play your part and you get along with everyone, it's kind of like the laws of life. You know what I mean? So that's what the CC stands for: cooperation and contribution.
Park from CC. That's a fire name.
Yeah, people always told me it might be a little bit confusing, but I'm like, it stands out and it rings off the tongue a little bit. And it's never hard for me to explain what it is. And usually when I do explain what it is, people are like, it's cool, man. Like, you don't have to compromise to change that. You know what I mean? If it's something that you believe in.
100%. Who are some artists that like you may see in the city that you want to work with or like are vibing with in terms of music?
That me and K Triggs have never really gotten a track out yet, and I really want to get some like bars off with him.
He was talking about you.
Buddha Abuse is someone else in the city I want to work with, and there's another guy named Truth that I've been meaning to work with too. I think it's Truth. It's like TR4TH. I met him a few times, but I never got a chance to work with them on that. And there's a few other bigger guys like Bray Brown. I think would we make a cool little track with. You know what I mean? We both got kind of like an urban bop. I think we make a cool little track.
Yeah, K Triggs was talking about you. He wants to get a song with you. Same with Truth. I interviewed him too.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, they're both solid. So, but yeah, Bray Brown is making noise for sure. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that before talking to you. I was like, this guy's got to get like a track with like Bray Brown or like.
I think me and Jay Porto would make a pretty good track too.
That'd be a good one too. I always ask this too. I'm just curious about this one. Who are some artists like in the future that you want to work with, like in general, that you're like, damn, I gotta make a song with them, you know?
I definitely want to make music with Pharrell one day. Frank Ocean, I think it'd be cool to write music with, like lyrics and stuff like that. And Tom York from Radiohead, I think it'd be cool to pick his brain.
That's an interesting little combination right there. I like that. I like the variety, you know?
Definitely, but definitely there's people like Young Thug. He just got a crazy work ethic, and that's someone I feel like I can learn off of, even if I didn't make any music with, you know what I mean?
I feel like your vibe and like your sound and style and stuff, like, you know who Internet Money is, right?
Yeah.
I feel like, bro, like you should have been on that project. I know.
Nick Amira, yeah, I mean, that's so Coach Ice actually has a song on that project. I think it's like number 4 or something. He's featured on it. So if you're going through that project today, you might catch him on there again.
I was like, this guy should be on that album for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be dream come true.
I just watched the Taz. You know who Taz Taylor is, right? Yeah. So is he the owner of it, or is he the founder of Internet Money Records, or no?
I think he's one of them. Yeah, he's the guy with the brown hair, right? Bigger body guy. Yeah. I think he's one of the guys that founded or owned it or something.
True. I just watched his interview. He just did an interview. You know who Kids Take Over is? The platform, or no?
No.
So it's a platform from Vancouver. It's this kid. He's 20 years old, and he does.
I'm gonna write that down. Actually, what's it called? Kids Take Over.
So he owns the Kids Take Over platform, or he created it. He's 20 years old, and he basically does what I do, but just like, bro, he's like interviewing. Like he interviewed Taz Taylor.
Oh shit, eh?
So yeah, he's interviewed Southside, Tusi, like some big names.
Wow, eh?
Yeah. So he's killing it right now. He's so young too, but he just I watched the interview a couple days ago, and he was showing Taz Taylor like people from Canada.
Oh really?
Yeah. So, cool, man. Yeah. So I watched that, and I was like, man, like I gotta DM this guy and send him some music from like Hamilton. You know, maybe he can do that next time.
You know what I mean?
You definitely should, bro. You should, if you don't already, you should have a playlist going on Spotify. They get a little.
100%.
I mean, it only takes a little bit. It takes like an hour, few hours to put together, getting your little like vibe going and stuff like that. But there's definitely a lot of artists in the city just looking to get on playlists, whether they're big ones or not, or local ones. Like we just love, like, I think playlists is just like a cash money word. Everyone wants to be involved in it. You know what I mean? And it's free too. It's free for you to host. And if it does end up getting really big, you end up making a little bit of bucks from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotta do that for sure.
What's next for you in terms of music? Are we gonna get like a project EP?
So right now, I've been working with a couple producers out in Mississauga, Gomboy, and What the Fuck Deltoid, and we're putting together a little EP. So I've been out there like a few times a week for like the past like few months, just like keeping really, really low key on it, and we're putting like a whole project together. But that's not coming till 2021, probably sometime after February. We're just getting into the mixing stage now, so it's gonna take us some time still. But before that, it's just getting the videos out and just doing singles and just trying to get my face everywhere, as much places as I can, and just doing my work and just doing all the hard work, that people miss.
Are you doing like your music on TikTok and stuff or no?
I just downloaded TikTok yesterday. I'm really late on it. Like I was like really against it for so long. Like I'm 25. I'm not old, but it's like there's a lot of things I don't understand on that app. I'm like, it makes me feel a little older, but I think if I find a way to work my music on it and like look into it a little bit, I think it can have some benefits.
Bro, I'm telling you, like this guy I interviewed, his name's Tony Tone. He's from Hamilton too, right? And he put his music on TikTok, and man, he gets like over 100,000 streams, bro. That's like the fucking new wave and shit.
What is he doing? Just like dancing on his
No. People use his song
for yeah. So I think like when I use DistroKid to get my music on the streaming platforms, I'm pretty sure that they put their shit to TikTok, but I think it's something that I have to select like individually. Yeah, but TikTok is, I know TikTok's where it's at right now. I'm a little late to the party.
Man, you should try and get like one song blowing. Like I got like, you should take a smoke break, shoddy. I could see that shit. Fucking.
Yeah, and there's something I could figure out. You know what my idea was the other day was to for the OK song, when that gets up on streaming, I was gonna shoot a little TikTok of like my mom like pretending to be on the phone, being like okay, like how moms do when you're trying to go out somewhere and shit like that. I was gonna find a way to work it and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
That's all you need, just to like, and then one could just go viral, and that's it. People.
That's it, yeah, and that's it.
Yeah. So I would look into that.
I know it's starting to feel like it's nice feeling like where you are located in the world doesn't really matter anymore. Like you can kind of make anything happen for wherever you are.
Listen, bro, thanks for coming on here.
And
man, thank you for having me, bro. I hit you up kind of last minute. And I know you didn't know my music or anything, so I appreciate you checking me out and just giving me the look, man.
Yeah, thanks for coming on here, man. Appreciate it. Like I said, your music's like fire. I like how you know how to do video edits and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's a nice little tool in my belt.
Exactly. So so maybe sometime we can run it back. Do it in person sometime.
Yeah, 100%. Smoke something. I don't know if you smoke Kush, but we'll roll something up.
I don't smoke that much anymore. You know what I mean? I used to smoke, but I'll pour up some stuff with you. Like I'll drink and stuff.
Oh yeah, we'll throw some beers back, bro.
Let's do it. 100%. Listen, man. Thanks for coming on here, bro.
All right, man. Appreciate you having me. Have a good rest of your day. All right.
You too, brother. Have a good one.
All right, easy. Everyone, Park from CC. Check me everywhere.
My chain swinging, yeah, I'm doing digits, yeah, I'm running the whole distance. You need a smoke break, shawty.